How's it going, guys? Welcome back to In the Loops with the Hoops. It's your host, Avion, and we back for an episode on the podcast. I got my friend here. If you want to introduce yourself, man.
Hi, my name is Brendan, but on YouTube I go by Buck Shucker. You may or may not know me. I uploaded a Jose Alvarado video not too long ago. It's got about 91,000 views on YouTube.
Link in the description below. I'll put that in the link. And yeah, I got my friend here today. We just want to go on, talk about some Pels. We had the win today, and every time we have somebody new on, like a new host, like a new host, new person who just want to just get their ideas on what they think about stuff. So I just want you to know, what's your ideas on the Pelicans now after this win, back-to-back wins against the Phoenix Suns, 7-game winning streak. How you feeling right now as a Pelicans fan?
I am feeling absolutely great. Just about everything and anything in that game clicked today. We won an overtime game, which was a first for the year also. So that's something we love to see.
We've been in quite a few of them too, I believe.
Yeah.
Especially in the beginning, so yeah.
But CJ scored 29. We almost had two players score 30 today. In Zion and CJ, if CJ had just had one more point, we'd have two players to have scored 30.
Crazy. That's the thing about this Pelicans team. You never know who's going to go off.
Exactly. Second line was going off. Najee had like 17 points coming off the bench, coming off of a 14-point performance against the Suns not too long ago, like 2 days ago.
I've been telling these people about Najee. They was getting all crazy. Fun fact, I ran a Najee and Kyrie Lewis fan page back in the day. When they were first drafted, well, Najee wasn't drafted, but I ran a fan page of him and I stopped. I'm gonna bring it back. It's coming back. Najee's gonna get the support. Like there was all this Najee hate because you see Najee playing in the summer league and you just want him off the team, but then you see this man in the regular season and he just makes all the winning plays that you need, and he's gonna go down as he's gonna go down as like one of those players like true Pelicans fans gonna look back and be like, I remember him. And he was that guy in the clutch. He's gonna be our Derek Fisher. I can feel it now. I can feel it now. That's besides the point. But yeah, I felt really good about this game too, man. Just seeing Big Z out there, showing the world, getting his respect. You love to see it because there's all this smack talk about Zion this, Zion that, Zion. We all know. We was there. Some people was contributing to that. I know I ain't gonna say who, but I'm gonna put you on blast one day. But y'all gonna get it. But y'all was talking all this stuff about Zion, and now we up, and now. It is what it is. And I also want to talk about, which probably should talk about for anything, which still has to do with the Suns game. Talk about that Zion dunk. Let's talk about that Zion dunk. If you want to go ahead and give your thoughts about it, because personally, I think it's obvious that I'm all for the dunk. But what about you, man?
I absolutely love the dunk. And I think anybody on social media with a brain also loved that dunk.
Don't like the Suns fans. They thought it was the most heinous things of all time. More heinous than Chris Paul trying to go and do the layup right before and mad that he didn't get the contact. Chris Paul could have dribbled out the clock. Exactly. It was their possession. I don't know why he tried to drive and then they did that and then he elbowed Jose. And Jose just trying to talk. Jose was like, nah, man, don't do that, man. And then Chris Paul just got to be salty. And Chris Paul has been a player like that since his entire career, though. But it would have been since Wake Forest. I forgot where he went.
Yes, Wake Forest.
Yeah. But yeah, so you said, yeah, I mean, it's just, I just don't get it, how some people are just, like, really mad about it. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, Zion, like he said, I saw this team beat my team and wipe my team out the playoffs, and he's like, I was in the locker room, I know how they feel, and when do we start hating NBA players for putting on the show? These fans pay all this money to go see these games. They get their crowd all booming. They paid for the players' contracts. The least the players could do is give these people a show. Just because Cameron Payne can't do a 360 dunk don't mean she get mad and that someone else can do it. Like, nah, it's nah. We all good on that. We all good on that. They'll make the excuse Devin Booker didn't play. I'll make the excuse Brandon Ingram didn't play. So it is what it is. I'll make the excuse that if Brandon Ingram played, we win by 50. But that's flabbergasting. But it's true. We got Brandon Ingram. I mean, there's a whole different X factor that we don't have. Brandon Ingram was our best player for the longest time. Let's not get it twisted. I know Zion came, but Brandon Ingram was that guy. Brandon Ingram was that guy for the longest time.
Exactly. He was producing on offense, and he's one of the top shooters in the league behind the 3-point line.
I think, he was shooting like 48 or something. It was crazy. But that's what happens. We get people like Trey Murphy spacing. Zion, gravity. He gives you gravity. He gives you gravity. Goes to the lane, gravity. You know, like players like that, he doesn't need. I mean, Zion with 3 would go crazy, but you don't need him to know how to shoot. Like you just need him to you need him to produce at his level and then get to his spots, and his spots are in the basket. So everyone's gonna clog the paint, and then Zion's smart enough, he'll make the kick out. So he'll get you the open looks.
I want to talk about this with Zion. Zion in these 2 games against Phoenix, I think he has looked the most comfortable I've ever seen him in his NBA career. He was attempting mid-range shots last game. Yeah. This game, he attempted not one but 2 3-pointers, and he actually made one of them. Like
that was hype.
He is getting very, very comfortable right now.
That's what I'm saying.
And not to mention that, but he's bought in as a defender.
Oh my! See, that's all right. So beginning of the season, what would you rate my defense?
Yes.
C+. Son must love hearing the good ratings, but 2019 Zion, trash. Defense. 2019 Zion, god awful. 2020 Zion, god awful. 2021 Zion doesn't exist. And in 2022 Zion started off pretty sluggish in the beginning. Let's be honest, we can all agree. It was kind of his defense was pretty bad in the beginning. Not gonna lie, pretty iffy. But he's kind of keyed into the passing lanes. He's learned. Like I've seen Zion switch on to Chris Paul and not get broke in 2 seconds. Zion in the beginning would have got broke in 2 seconds. Zion in 2020 would have got broke in 2 seconds. That's also got to be with him losing the necessary weight and getting more comfortable with his body. Like he looks like he just like he did that one time at the park. His off rip just do a 360. Like he's comfortable with his body. He lost the necessary weight, which is due to the Pelicans putting that body fat. Like if he's below like what is it like 5%? Got to be like 5% or below body fat, which is pretty lean. So I'm like. He's gonna be big, but he's gonna be lean. He's gonna be lean and he's gonna be fit, and that's all you need. Just muscle better than fat.
But
muscle's also more dense.
I want to talk about just how good a defender Zion is, because when it comes to defensive plus minus this year, Zion ranks 5th right now, which is crazy and something I did not expect coming into the season.
Me either. Like that's one thing about Zion. Let's be honest though. There's a train in the background. I don't know if you're there. But let's be honest. When we drafted Zion, one thing we saw from Duke was that he was going to be a good defender. Pelicans keyed on him being the two-way player in the draft, the best two-way player in the draft, due to his defensive athleticism. Like he has to be an athletic defender. Man kind of blew the expectations out of the water because he was trash defense the first couple of years, which was due to the weight. Got the weight off, necessary weight. Son is keyed in, and that's what I gotta say. It's gotta also do to Willie's defensive game plans. We're just a very switchable team. We have very switchable wings. The only defensive liability I could say is CJ, just for the fact that he's small. Not like he doesn't try. It's just for the fact that he's small. We have Trey. We have Herb. We have Larry Nance. Especially when you have Larry Nance. Like, I mean, it is what it is. I saw Steven Adams get switched on how many guards 2 years ago. So, I mean, I'm not used to it. I've seen that Eric Bledsoe, the defensive stopper, get bullied. Like, many LeBron ain't doing that. Many LeBron shouldn't be getting bullied. So, it is what it is. There's so many Najee, Trey, Jose. Even though he's little, he's feisty. He's a showman. That's what he does. Like, he'll get into the passing lanes like most players do. It's just that's the one thing about our team. They always get in them lanes. Like, if you're not a good lateral defender or like one-on-one defender, at least you could do is like try, like actively look and read the defense and know when they're going to pass to next. That's what our team be doing. I swear Zion has gotten like 2 turnovers from the Suns and conveyed on dunks like since like the last game, and I think he got one this game. But our team is just good at just locking on and keying on the people who they're going to pass to, and then just getting it right before they can get passed to. It's because we're just really lengthy and athletic. But enough of my tangent. Let's hear what you got to say, man.
But, yeah, on both sides of the ball, we look scary good. And that's the fact that we're missing our best offensive player and our best defensive player in the last 7-8 games of our season. And we're still top 10 in both categories, which is a scary and very exciting thought.
It's the culture. I saw a comment, man, about how the Warriors, man, like they're like, oh, the Pelicans doing us good. We know when they get to the playoffs, they're going to be a first-round exit or they're going to lose to the Warriors. I'm like, man, the scariest team in the West right now, looking like the Grizz. I'm be honest with you. That's the team I'm looking at. I'm like, man, I'm kind of scared because that boy J.A. Moran know what he doing. Desmond Bain, you leave him open for 2 seconds, he got him. That's my rival. That's what I'm trying to see. I'm trying to see those two go at it. Forget the Phoenix Suns. I'm trying to see a conference finals of Zion versus Ja. That's how I want to see Zion versus the Lakers
For
too.
real.
That's just box office. I want to see that. It don't hit the same though. Like I was trying to see that like a couple years ago when like the Laker boys when we had Lonzo and all of them. I'm like, it just don't hit the same because we only got one of the Laker boys still there. But it is what it is. Rest in peace, Josh Hart. You will be missed. You're doing your thing on the Trailblazers though. It is what it is. But yeah, I mean, I love seeing that our team has a culture that we can like. That's the problem. Willie brought in that culture. Stan tried to do something with the culture. Alvin Gentry, he was just time for him to go. It is what it is. I'm really glad we got a coach that believes in our players and like instills in them. Like they'll run through a wall for him. So you can ask for, man.
That is.
On that note, MVP predictions. I want to kind of talk to you about that. MVP predictions right now. Who do you have? Like, who do you like think is the MVP?
As of right now?
As of right now. I'll get asked for D-Boy and Rookie of the Year too. Just so you know.
As of right now, I would have to say my MVP is Jason Tatum.
Jason Tatum?
Yes.
I get that. They had a little bit of a stinker, yesterday. I don't know if him himself had a stinker. The team lost to the Warriors. I was watching all the way up to the halftime, and I tuned out because I'm like, Steph was doing the few. Turned around, I'm like, yeah, I don't know if you're gonna handle it. I mean, it is what it is. But Jason Tatum, one of the best two-way wings in the game, if not the best two-way wing in the game right now. So I definitely understand that. He's up there for me too. I think the Celtics also have the best record. Do they?
They do. There are 20-5 right now, I believe.
Okay, so I know they have the best record in the East, so that helps us.
In the NBA, not just the East.
He's the best player on the team. Oh, that's crazy. Also, what's their defensive their rankings right now in defense? If you could look that up.
Oh yeah.
So I didn't compare, but I was just like, so I'm like, without Robert Williams, and I don't even think Marcus Smart is playing that much. Is Marcus Smart still there?
He still is.
I know he's still there, but I don't know if he's. I don't know. Did I see him last game? I don't know, man. To be honest with you, I saw a lot of what's his face, Malcolm Brogdon. So I didn't know if I really saw Marcus Smart, but he might have just been out for that game. I don't know, but without Robert Williams, if they're top defensively, that also helps because I'm like, we know that Jason Tatum is a big contributor to their defense being so good. Like I said, one of the best two-way wings. Like he's one of the best defenders. Like he could be in D-Boy conversation if we really talk about it like that.
Yeah.
And that's all. Like I said, Robert Williams.
Celtics right now are a top 10 defense. When it comes to defensive rating.
That's what I'm saying. So I'm like, yeah, I get that. I like the pick. If I had to give mine, I first I was gonna say Luka but I'm like that record. Yeah. I wish it'd be a tad bit better, but you gotta do testament to Luka. I mean, he's playing like 2015 Harden without the 2015 Harden team. But that team's just like not really built for him. Like they don't have that many 3-point shooters they can just kick out to. Christian Wood just doesn't know how to play with other people on his team. Like if you watch him play, like he's a good player, but he's just a ball dominant player to say how good he is, which is he's good, but like he gotta learn there's other people on his team. I wanna go I was probably go with my man Giannis because the fact that for the longest time the Bucks were undefeated. They have a top defense because I know they should because Brook Lopez is going crazy. Giannis is going crazy. It's so good how Brook Lopez is still as good as he is, as age he is. That's crazy being as good at defense. Got Giannis. Giannis just being what Giannis does. Honestly, Chris Middleton's came back, so I think they're gonna start getting their groove back. But they were undefeated. Giannis is one of the best defenders in the league, help defenders in the league. One of the best offensive players in the league. You get a bucket anytime you want, and you watch him, and he's so dominant in these games because there's literally no one in the league I can see that can guard him. No one. Even if we see him go up against Anthony Davis, I mean, yeah, Anthony Davis do his little dilly doobie bob. best person to guard him has been Anthony Davis that I've seen this year. Is to guard him is Anthony Davis. That's because Anthony Davis is cut from the same cloth. Big giant big men who are like wings who can like just dunk and like not just dunk but like play good defense. Like we're not gonna forget. Pelicans, but we're not gonna forget who Anthony Davis was on the Pels. Like that man was one of the best defenders. He's one of the best defenders all the time.
Yeah,
we're not gonna act like when he wasn't in college. I think it was Connecticut. No,
Kentucky.
Kentucky. Yeah, when he went to the Jayhawks. So I'm like, he was him. He was one of the best. He was a generational defender. So I'm like, we're not gonna forget who he was. And putting that up against Giannis, Giannis still got his due diligence. So he still got a good bit of buckets on AD. So I'm like, honestly, I have to say yeah. I'd pick Giannis just for the mere fact that he's just so dominant in his games. Yeah, his team has a good record, and maybe the voters' fatigue is worn out because Jokic got his 2 in a row.
Yeah, but I mean, there's no bad picks.
This would make Giannis third, right?
His
third MVP. This would make him his third MVP, right?
I would. Yeah, third MVP, I believe.
Yeah. Okay. Well, other choices, I'd say maybe Jokic. I'd say Zion, but I don't think we have enough.
Don't forget Curry too.
I don't know about that record though.
I know, but I mean, statistically, it's
Curry himself. Yes, if it was like MVP, like most valuable player to their team, Curry, yes, because they need him. Zion, if we lose Zion and we have Ingram, we still float.
Yeah, there's not a bad pick for MVP this year.
Honestly, though, except for some people saying Anthony Davis, which I'm so good on that. I mean, congrats on AD on doing what he's supposed to do. Like, I can't feel like you're supposed to have been doing this, though. Like, glad to see he's still doing his thing. Anything else you want to talk about? For like the NBA, like NBA wise, like any other teams that you like has your eye on. Oh, well, I want to talk about defensive player of the year. I guess I'll go defensive player of the year. If I had to pick somebody, that's actually kind of hard because I just talked crap about him. But I might have to pick AD because at least one thing I can guarantee this entire season that man's been good at is playing defense. And the Lakers have been pretty decent. The Lakers they suck at shooting the three, but they can for sure defend the three. Like they're pretty good at that. And Anthony Davis is like the best defender on their team right now, and he's keying in all these people in the paint. Like he's literally locked down people who's trying to come in the paint by giving them like blocks, and he's just so versatile as a defender. Like I watch him and I'm like, well, that's AD that I like to see. Because that's like the AD, like AD, one thing about AD is he was always like a two-way player, like a two-up, face-up big, like he'd get you, and he can shoot. But now he can't shoot for some reason. I don't know what's up with it, but he got on some more muscle. He looks more fit. He looks like fluid now. He looks fluid now. Like he's not in like his shooting's tanking, but like defensive wise, I don't know how good he is right now. I'm about to look at the app, but Son is my defensive player of the year right now. I don't really know anyone else. I mean, people will say Rudy Gobert, but he joined the Minnesota Timberwolves and they went worse in defense because him and Cat, I told you earlier, they just counteract each other. Cat's good at offense, but Cat's good at offense, sucks at defense. Rudy Gobert, sucks at post up, sucks at everything offensively, honestly. Besides maybe the occasional rim running, and is really good at defense. I thought they were going to counteract each other like, oh, I could do this, you can do that, yin yang. They're like counteracting each other like boom, like we get like we can't exist on the court because if they pass to Karl Anthony Towns, there's two people already in the paint so he can't post up when there's two people in the paint already ready to key in on him, and Rudy Gobert can't stretch out to get the other person out the paint. And Rudy Gobert is not good at post-ups, so when Karl Anthony Towns stretches out, you just basically stretch out. Because Karl Anthony Towns, he can shoot, but he's not just a spot-up player. So when like Rudy Gobert is doing his post-ups, first off, he sucks at posting up, and he probably won't post up anyway. And you have Karl Anthony Towns, like, just outside on the three, you're just wasting both of their abilities because they suck at that. That's not what you got them for. And like you said earlier, Jared Vanderbilt, they're missing him. I thought Jalen McDaniel was going to take the step up, but I don't really know. I mean, that Jared Vanderbilt was and him and Patrick Beverly was key pieces of that Minnesota Timberwolves team. But it is what it is, man. That's all I got to say. Unless you come around and say Rudy Gobert is your deep boy, but I don't know.
No, I completely agree. Anthony Davis is my defensive player of the year too. For him to be as good of a defender as he is right now, and for the Lakers to be as good as they are on defense with how bad they are, I completely agree. AD defensive player of the year.
W. Rookie of the year. I'm gonna be different. I want to be that different guy. Dyson. No, I'm playing. As much as I love to. The pick don't look that bad. Dyson Daniels, he's good. I mean, he's doing what we want him to do. He's playing defense. He's doing what we want him to do. That's all we can ask for right now. He's a developmental piece. Let's talk about the people who we think are gonna run it. So we got Benedict Mathurin, Paolo Banchero, Keegan Murray,
Jaden
Ivey, yes.
That might be it.
That might be. Yeah. Jabari Smith, I guess, because he has turned up recently, but he's not going to win it. He has to do a lot more than what he's doing right now to really do it. Because right now, I don't think he's better than Tari Eason right now in our rookie of the year. Right? Yep, I know. I'm probably, like I said, I want to be different, so I'll probably end up picking Benedict Mathurin because I just want to. Let's be honest, it's going to go to Paolo, but I want to be different right now because I can. I'm allowed to be different. It's not a bad take. I know Paolo's going to get it, but if Benedict Mathurin, what I see from him, I'm like, oh my gosh, he can score. All right, hold up 1 second. You're not. This might not even come out right on the camera, but I'm trying to say people think I don't know ball. I don't know why people don't think I don't know ball. But I was trying to put people on to Benedict Mathurin. I'm going to the YouTube channel right now. Hopefully it doesn't blur it out because I have the blurred background out. I'm going all the way back. All the way back. I even talked a little bit about Dyson Daniels. I'm going all the way back to right. So I talked about Tari Eason. Right here. I don't know if y'all can see it. But it's like Tari Eason. Talk about Tari Eason, how he was going to be next up and coming. What we saw in Summer League, he was him. What we see in the normal regular season, he was playing better than Jabari at some points. I really think he's a better player than Jabari, honestly. And he just doesn't get enough minutes, and he's producing the exact same. I'm trying to put y'all on. All right, y'all. Technical difficulties. I guess they could handle me trying to prove myself. The league sources telling me they trying to shut me down because I was trying to put y'all on to Benedict Mathurin 6 months ago. The name of the video: Benedict Mathurin is a stud. He is that guy right here. I don't even know. You don't even know if you can see it, but it's Benedict Mathurin. He's a stud. I'm gonna stop talking about it before they try to shut me up again. But I was trying to put y'all on Benedict Mathurin. When I see he's a scorer, he can finish not at will, but he can finish around the rim. He looks very developed as a rookie, and his shot is looking pretty good. Like as a rookie, that's the one thing I've noticed about these rookies, that they have come out looking developed. Yeah. Only way I can say that is just Jabari. That's because Jabari got a worse than rookie year Trey Murphy dribble package. Like he just can't dribble at all. And I'm like, it's a cruel world we live in. Because I was trying to say, people was like, Jabari Smith is so good. Jabari Smith is so good. I mean, yeah, but at worst he might bust. He might just be a 6'10" Reggie Bullock, and we might just be like looking back at the draft, be like, dang, Paolo. Because there was people were going to say Jabari, then Chet, then Paolo.
That was me. That was me. That was me. I can admit it.
It's all good, but Chet, he ain't playing this season. He looking a little. I don't even know if he'd be the best rookie on his team, to be honest, because Jalen Williams on the OKC looking pretty good, looking like a little baby Harden. I ain't gonna say all that, but he looking good. Like he abuses the pick and roll just like Harden. That's why I say that. But Benedict Mathurin, his defensive ability, I always say he reminded me like a Latrell Sprewell. Like I don't know why, not the dunks, but just the kind of the dunks too, because he had that one dunk against I forgot what team, but that was a wild dunk. I'm like, he gives me a little Latrell Sprewell vibes. Maybe a little, probably gonna be a little better than Latrell. Enough about me. They don't want to hear me talk about him no more. Everybody don't want to hear me talk about him anymore. So I'm gonna let you go ahead and go.
This Rookie of the Year race, although there are 4 candidates in Keegan Murray, Jaden Ivey, Benedict Mathurin, and Paolo Banchero, I think we can all agree that it's going to come down to 2 people, and that is going to be Paolo and Benedict Mathurin. And so far from the season, I've liked both of those guys. But in the long term, I know Paolo's probably going to be a better player, but as of right now, coming off of the bench, Benedict Mathurin has the conversation to be what, is he not coming off the bench? Or are you just listening to what I have to say?
I'm shocked because I was trying to be different. I thought she was going to pick Paolo, but
no,
I guess I'm not.
I'm picking Ben Math too. I wanted it so bad for the Pelicans. I knew he was going to be good. But him coming off of the bench, he has talks of being 6th man of the year, and really I feel like you got to give props to that. So I got to say Ben Math too. Although
Mathurin is 6th man of the year and Rookie of the Year. That's crazy. That's great. I like him in that role as a 6th man, especially the first year. I like what Rick Carlisle is doing. Like first year easing him in, and then second year put him in the starting lineup.
Not to mention that, but the Pacers are competitive too.
Yeah, they're like the 8th seed, 6th seed. They're like up there.
I think they're higher than that. I think they're the 5th seed right now.
Yeah, it's the league is wide open.
It is. They are the 6th seed right now.
I feel that. Well, hey, I feel that. That's our rookie. That's our Rookie of the Year. Coach of the Year, Monty Williams. No, it is Willie freaking Green.
Yes, sir.
Of the New Orleans
I completely
Pelicans.
agree. I have no disagreements here. I think we
all
all know why.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, number 1 seed, change the culture. Like, come on, man.
There's no other pick. Who else?
Really, though, there really isn't. Honestly, I don't know.
I don't even know the Cavs head coach name. Like, what's his name?
I have it on the tip of my tongue. I literally forgot, but he's good. He's good.
J.B. Bickerstaff.
J.B. Bickerstaff. Yep.
That's an old good English name.
Yeah. He's a good head coach, though. I'm not going to slack. Cavs have been cooking.
If it's not Willie Green, I have him.
Yeah. Same. Actually, I agree with that too. Because the Cavs are cooking. Let the Cavs cook. Because that Donovan Mitchell trade, like, that was a good trade. That was
best trade of the offseason.
Honestly, LeMickey should have took his butt back to the Cavs and had them been title contenders. I'd love to see a Pelicans Cavs final. Actually, no, I wouldn't, because LeBron with that team would go crazily stupid. They need him though. They need him, honestly. They don't need him, but like, if he went there, I'm still mad he didn't go there. I was putting it in the atmosphere because, like, bro, I'm like, that's such a perfect team to put around him. Secondary playmaker, secondary scorer. You got a rim. You got your own baby Chris Bosh and Evan Mobley, and then you got your own. What rim protectors will LeBron play with? I don't know. Maybe Ben Wallace. He played with Ben Wallace that one time. Baby Ben Wallace.
Yeah, he played with Ben Wallace that one time.
Yeah, one time. Now, literally that one time. So, baby Ben Wallace. So, I mean, you got all you need. You put LeBron on that team. You tell me that at the top of the conference and LeBron is in MVP talks. That's all I'm saying.
Man,
so, it's a scary team. I put it in the 2K, and that was giving me cold chills. But
man, what's their starting 5 look like?
That's Darius Garland, Donovan Mitchell, LeBron, Evan Mobley, Jared Allen. That's
Jesus,
juggernaut. All that's literally what they need. But you know, LeBron would join the team, and then Darius Garland would go back to being one of the worst players in the league again, like he was 2 years ago. So
yeah,
the curse of LeBron. But like I said, that's a team. That's what I picked. So anything else NBA you really feeling?
Anything else in the NBA?
Oh, you wanted to talk about Kuz with the Ooze?
Oh, Kuz? He wants to go to a bigger market.
I mean, like I said, I don't know if I wasn't on here. We didn't start recording. I'm like, yeah, Kuz. I don't like that bigger market stuff. I feel like you can go to any place, and if you're good enough, you're gonna make them a big market. I feel like at that point, players trying to be more celebrities than they are actually ball players. But Kuz, I don't know why he's gonna. Ow, I don't know why he's gonna leave DC, because I heard true rumors that they're gonna trade Rui Hachimura and send his butt flying and go get them enough money that they can pay Kuz. But that's what happens when you overpay for Bradley Beal and you give him a supermax contract, 5 years, no trade clause. What?
One of the only players without a trade clause, or with a trade clause.
Literally, Giannis doesn't have it. Curry doesn't have it. LeBron doesn't have it. Anthony Davis don't have it. James Harden doesn't have it. And James Harden redid his contract. So it is what it is. I'm not saying Bradley Beal's not good. He's definitely all NBA. Nah. I don't know. I haven't seen Bradley on a good team. Let's be honest. So I don't know. Last time I see him on a good team, he wasn't in his prime. He's in his prime, but his team is trash. So not trash. They're mediocre.
Remember, he scored the most points per game for any non-All-Star.
Yeah,
like 36 points per game.
2019. Yeah, I remember that.
That was.
I would love Kristaps Porzingis on this team right now. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
he's been doing pretty good.
But
I don't know if I like Val. I like Val too much. I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes Val be like, but I'm like, just the reliability, and he gonna get them rebounds. Yeah, I'm like, he gonna get them rebounds. I mean, not gonna lie, if the trade is straight up Val for Kristaps, I'm probably doing it, because that's just another all-star player you put next to, like, imagine a lineup: C.J. McCollum, Herbert Jones, Brandon Xavier Ingram, Zion, whatever.
Latif Williamson,
and KP the Unicorn, bro. We got our baby Victor Wembanyama. Nah. And then the Lakers get bad again, and we get Victor. Oh my gosh.
The only thing that troubles me about that is if KP can stay healthy.
That's the thing too. Especially if he's like playing the 5 consistently. I'm like, defensively, better than Valanciunas. I don't know. I mean, maybe when he was good. I haven't really watched him these days. Can I be honest with you? Like, too much of him. In his prime, he was good defensively. I don't know now, but now I know he's good offensively. He can stretch out the floor. He'll make our team more dynamic. I give you that. But I love the reliability of Valanciunas and him just being there. And I'm okay with that right now.
Yeah,
I'll do a trade for Miles Turner though in a heartbeat right now.
It depends what we would give up.
Yeah, I wouldn't get. Honestly, I'm okay with just running with this team right now. No trades.
Honestly, we don't need to make any trades.
Get Cam Reddish. No trades with players. Maybe trades with picks.
Yes, exactly.
But not like any actual like good like Bucks picks. All the Bucks picks they can go. Like Giannis, he here to stay. That like Giannis, like that Bucks trade, I was so iffy. I was so like, Giannis, you got to go to the Warriors, man. Like the Bucks ain't gonna do it for you. You're never gonna win a ring in Milwaukee, and then you want a ring in Milwaukee. So, stay with your team, people. Stay with your team. Don't be a KD, even though KD's doing his thing. But look, Will's doing his thing, and he's on a mediocre team. Like, look what that happens. So, yep, like I said, Kuz with the ooze. You got the limelight, man. You saw what a big market did to you the first time. You want to go back to another big market? As soon as they want another big star, they just send you away, ship you away. Like, nah. Yeah. Lakers can't develop for crap, though. All these players leave the Lakers, and like Kuzma averaged 30 last game. Not average 30, but dropped 30. I'm like, nah.
Let's just drop the list right here. Let's just drop the list of all the good players that have developed elsewhere.
We'll go one by one. I'll start early. No, you can start.
All right. Brandon Ingram. All right.
D'Angelo Russell.
Julius Randle.
Josh Hart.
Jordan Clarkson.
Clippers. Zubac.
I was fixing to say that.
Yeah.
What else is there? There's more, obviously.
Lonzo Ball.
Yeah, Lonzo Ball.
Larry Nance Jr.
Yes.
There's
more.
Kuzma. Brandon Xavier Ingram.
But like just off there, did we just list like 8 players just now?
Pretty much, yes.
It's crazy.
And all those players are lottery picks, pretty much. Julius Randle was what, the 3rd pick? No, he was up there though. He was like
he was up there. He was like 4, I think.
Literally, he was up there. Ingram, he was up there. He was like 3rd.
He was 2.
He was 2nd. Yeah, he was 2nd. Lonzo, 2nd.
2.
Hart, lottery. Kuzma,
lottery.
late lottery. I don't know how you give up on these lottery picks so fast. Like, everybody leaves. They had Thomas Bryant.
Yes, exactly. There's more. I'm just going to go to the 2016 Lakers page on Basketball Reference.
They had Swaggy P. They had Swaggy.
Yes, they had Swaggy P too.
Yeah, but I'm like, the Lakers, man, they just can't develop. They get all these talented players and all these. Julius Randle, when he was with the Pelicans, that was prime Julius right there.
And you know, my favorite thing is that they traded away all their good role players right off that championship too.
Caruso, like, why would you trade Caruso?
KCP.
All those players that actually got you there.
Yes.
Who else?
They got rid of Caruso, KCP. They got rid of Dwight Howard, JaVale McGee.
Yeah. Because that was perfect, because Anthony Davis didn't want to play center, so you got 2 traditional centers to play next to him and get the load off. Then they got rid of Kuz, and I'm like, oh, well, then you got rid of Kuz, and then...
They got rid of all of their shooting and decided to put all of their eggs into a basket that couldn't shoot. And
Dennis Smith Jr., they got Dennis Smith. That year they had Dennis Smith, Montrezl Harrell. I was like, oh, they're looking kind of good. They looking like they clean. I'm like, they still can't shoot. And then they trade for Westbrook over Buddy Hield.
Yes.
Why?
It doesn't make sense.
Give LeBron one of the best shooters all time. Buddy Hield statistically one of the best shooters all time. Pelicans legend, Buddy Hield. Gotta love him. Thanks for DeMarcus, by the way.
They were already lacking shooting, and they got rid of their best 3-point shooters.
Imagine just LeBron, just being LeBron and getting Bradley Beal. I'm not Bradley Beal, but Buddy Hield open. If they could have probably got Harrison Barnes some way too. If they traded that, you could have finessed Harrison Barnes and Buddy Hield away from the Sacramento Kings. And the Sacramento Kings would be a good spot with Kuzma right now. I mean, they traded Buddy Hield anyway. But, like, imagine how good they'd be if they just had Buddy Hield and, like, Harrison Barnes.
Yeah.
I don't know how much Harrison Barnes, because he's not that good this year.
Do you think that there's a Lakers trade with Westbrook that could actually save their season? Because I don't think so.
I think at that point you keep him. He's doing as good. He's doing that good now, so... He's doing good now, so I'm like, I mean, maybe if that Buddy Hield trade's still in the offer, but at that point, you just killed your future. Like, you don't have a pick until 2030. 2030. Is a ring really worth not having a future and good franchise, like a good team to watch? I mean, I know you're the Lakers and you're going to attract big-name stars and you'll have cap space and stuff, but we know you can't draft well, especially when you don't have draft picks. Like, you can't draft and develop. You can find like late round like role player picks, but you can't get actual talent. So I'm like,
can I tell you something that I just found on the Basketball Reference website?
So,
okay, so you know how for Basketball Reference they count total attendance, right?
Yeah.
All right, so the Smoothie King Center has the smallest capacity in the league. It's the smallest arena in the NBA. So, we, right now, are 23rd in total attendance with 219,000 or 220,000 if you round up. The Lakers are right there with us in total attendance.
That's crazy, and it's the Lakers, the biggest franchise in the NBA. I can say it wholeheartedly. They are the biggest franchise in it. When you think about the NBA, you think about Lakers, Bulls,
Celtics,
yep. Philly, and then like maybe any other teams that come with.
Knicks, but no,
Knicks, not anymore. And maybe if you're like Stephen A, Spike Lee are born in the 50s, you think about the Knicks, but no one's thinking about the Knicks in the modern day.
Yeah.
They might think about the Knicks and be like, oh, they're trash, but they're not thinking, like, you know. Yeah, but Lakers are almost become the Knicks of the West.
Yeah,
they're just
exactly.
They're mid. They're just so mid. At least the Knicks have a future. They have all those picks. We just worried about their owner. I'm worried about the Lakers owner too. Jeannie Buss don't know how to run a franchise.
Yeah.
Like she has not done a good job. Honestly, like they need to get a new owner. But
yeah, for real.
It is what it is, man. I mean, Pels all the way up. All the other teams just trying to get like we trying to. Suns always got to act like they develop. Like Suns, I hate the attitude they come with. Like it's us versus the world. Like dog, y'all wasn't crap. Like 3 years ago, y'all was the what? Literally, how long ago? Not that long ago. I was still saying congruent sentences when the Suns were trash. They were trash all the way up until 2020. Then they became good.
Dude, do you remember whenever like D-Book was like, oh, he's so underrated. He hasn't made an All-Star game yet, but just wait. And then he finally got that good team, and he made the All-Star team. And it's like, man, D-Book overrated as hell.
He really, bro. I'm not to bring it back to this whack game, but 2K got Devin Booker at a 92.
Oh.
Brandon Ingram was an 86. Brandon Ingram is better than Devin Booker. I'm saying it right now. I don't care what no one says.
Ooh.
What does Devin Booker statistically do better than Brandon Ingram? 3-point shooting? No. Mid-range shooting? Not even. Pull up the stats for me. You're my stats man right now. How much of a better mid-range shooter is Devin Booker compared to Brandon Ingram? I'm gonna tell you right now.
All right,
I don't think it's that much. If Brandon Ingram's worse, it's not about much, and he's a way better 3-point shooter.
I got you.
Finishing at the rim. Brandon Ingram's more athletic and can finish at the rim better. His lengthier defense. Devin Booker don't even be trying sometimes. He just know. So I think Brandon Ingram is statistically is just a better player than Devin Booker.
Man, you're not gonna like this.
Oh man, I don't know.
I mean, D-Book's averaging 27.4 right now.
That's just the shot. Look at the shot tendencies. How much has Brandon Ingram shot? Look at who's he. Look at the team. Look. He doesn't have a Zion on his team. He has a Chris Paul, and he have a DeAndre Ayton. He doesn't pass to. He has a big man, which big man can't just get the ball to themselves. Like they have to be fed the ball. Chris Paul feeds the ball to Book, or just let Books cook. Brandon Ingram has two other people he has to eat with. But what were you saying?
You are right. D-Book does put up 5 more shots than Brandon Ingram a game.
Mm-hmm. And that's like,
yeah.
So that's why I'm like, Brandon Ingram has so much more people he has to eat with. He has to feed with. Like, you know, like Brandon Ingram doesn't. Not Brandon Ingram. Devin Booker doesn't have that many people he has to like really share the ball with. You know what I mean? Like Mikal Bridges, he's spotting up. Torian Craig spotting up. When they had Drake Crowder, he's spotting up. Cameron Johnson spotting up. So I'm just saying, like, you put Devin Booker on that team. I mean, you put Brandon Ingram on that team. I think it's a different story we have right now. Not gonna lie. I'm not saying he's better by that much. I'm just saying that if Devin Booker's a 92, Brandon Ingram's like a 91.9. Or Devin Booker should be at 92 anyway. Let's be honest. Devin Booker's like an 88. If we really being serious.
Yeah.
He's all NBA, but he's not 90. 90's like superstar. Like, no, he's not a superstar. Devin Booker will not be a superstar until he becomes a two-way player.
I mean, he is kind of improved on defense a little bit.
Yeah, but not enough to where I'm like, oh yeah, like he's a top shooting guard. Like, okay, he's a top shooting guard in the league. He might actually be the best shooting guard in the league right now.
Yeah, I would say he's the best shooting guard in the league.
Yeah, definitely. And it's a tough competition. I mean, he has Jaylen Brown, okay, and he has Jaylen Brown's not the best player on this team.
I'd say those two. Those two are the best.
And then Donovan Mitchell.
When it comes to quality of defense, I think
Jaylen Brown got the best.
Jaylen Brown's got the best. Then D-Book would be second, because D-Book's offense can help with his defense.
Yeah,
even though
Mitchell's
defense is
just tiny. Yeah, Mitchell's just tiny.
Yeah,
he's undersized for his position. Mitchell was 6'6", it would be a different story. So might actually be like really good, but just a tiny man. I say that like he's not 6'3". Like, I'm literally like, but it is what it is. Hey, I don't know. That's a hot take. I just think Brandon Ingram's just a better player, and I think he's younger. Yeah, he's younger. He's younger.
Yeah, Bi is younger.
Yeah. I'm not saying anything like, but I'm just saying like, Devin Booker, as soon as he was on a team, he got his time to eat and he got his time to cook. Like, you put Brandon Ingram on that team, he probably would have been more, like, not developed, bro. Yeah, he would have been more developed. He would have had his team. He would have known who he is. Brandon Ingram's still trying to figure out who he is because he's playing with Zion. He's playing with CJ. And he's taking up a playmaking role. So, like, he's actually, like, trying to take up a playmaking role. He's one of the best playmaking small forwards that's not LeBron.
Yeah.
So,